Hello indie game fan, here are some awesome indie games that I missed, beginning with MINDHACK. Not a game that I would usually cover since it's a text adventure with a strange premise, where you're entering the minds of evildoers and rewriting their personalities, where I do like the first person hands in this trailer and has done well so far. This one's a real deep cut since Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead is a classic roguelike, first released in 2013 and is now out on Steam. This has more survival elements, taking place in a post-apocalypse where enemies range from zombies to giant mushrooms, where there's a crafting system, a home base to upgrade, crops to grow, and an open world to explore. Sure, the art style may not be for everyone, but if you can look past that, there's something to this game. This video is brought to you by Bramble the Mountain King, a dark fairy tale adventure horror game with atmospheric elements inspired by Nordic fables. You play as a young boy on an adventure to save his sister, who was kidnapped by a troll, having to make your way through a dark and dangerous world. The monster designs and creatures in this are utterly grotesque and horrifying, being very effective at what it's going for, where the high-end graphics and cinematic moments are certainly worth experiencing. This is your original Grimm Brothers fairy tale style tales, but with a Nordic twist, where I have no idea what some of these monsters are called, but they sure are scary looking. Although the developer does point out the casual gameplay style as well. You have something called the Spark of Courage, an enchanted magical fragment that will aid you in your time of need, for example, being shaped into a sword as seen in this trailer. So if you love tense horror games, pick this up via the link in the description below and is available right now on all major modern platforms. An awesome title which released out of early access is Undead Horde to Necropolis, the sequel to an action strategy game from 2019 where you play as a necromancer whose home city was destroyed, having to rebuild it from scratch and to take revenge on the humans. As a necromancer, you can resurrect undead warriors from enemy remains and then command them in battle, where there's a whole city building upgrading elements of rebuilding the necropolis, unlocking upgrades as you go along. There is a nice variety of units here, with powerful items to bolster your powers as well, where it's still relatively underrated, so do give it a go. Well, that is not the name of this game, but rather, well, instead. Being a first-person platformer, we are descending down a well in order to retrieve a ring, but then things go in a very weird direction. The developer cites CS Climb as one of its inspiration, which is not something that I'm familiar with, but where the platforming looks tight and fun and should be of interest. This next title is also a curiosity since Uragun or Uragun released out of early access and in that process changed from a linear level-based twin-stick shooter to a roguelite instead. Now this is not the first game to undergo a genre change in early access, where in 2023 I do think that this makes more sense. Going around in your mech, you travel to various locations, all of which are impacted by an AI uprising, having to battle enemies and bosses, with the classic node-based exploration that roguelites are known for. You will unlock new weapons and abilities as you go along, and while it's a little generic with the whole robot thing, it's still worth a look. Oh wow, Temtem's price has dramatically shot up, but I suppose it's for the value that this MMO monster taming RPG is providing, with Season 3 Clash of Tamers being a significant update, so I'll leave you to the developer.
Calling all Temtem Tamers. Temtem Season 3 has launched, and with it, the Airborne Archipelago is bringing you 3 all-new challenge modes, including the highly requested Hardcore Nuzlocke mode to test your tamer skills. Every mode is playable with a friend in co-op and offers legendary rewards for those who make it through. So grab your bombs and stack your squad and get ready to experience Temtem as you never have before. Nuzlocke mode is meant for our most steadfast tamers. In this challenge, players may only capture the first 2 wild Temtem they see in each route, and any Temtem knocked out in battle is automatically released from your squad. Pick your fights carefully, because if your whole squad is defeated, you'll have to start over from the beginning. But make it far enough and watch the rewards roll in. The next Tamer Challenge mode is Random Lock, where the game you know and love is turned on its head. In this mode, you'll find nearly everything is randomized, from starter Temtem to spawn zones, and even items you find throughout your adventure. As your Temtems level up, they'll learn new, randomized techniques, letting you find unique and exciting ways to do battle across the archipelago. Nuzlocke and Random Lock not challenging enough for you? Then pull on your best tamer sneakers and get ready to speedrun your way through the Airborne Archipelago. An on-screen timer is displayed to keep track of your progress, and tamers in this mode will have a limited time to complete the story in order to obtain their rewards. There's lots more to learn and discover about these new playstyles in Season 3, and we can't wait for our tamers to experience them. It's time to rise to the challenge. It's time to Temtem up.
Don't stray too far from the main road, or else you'll find the blight-eyed folk. Don't stray to the wilds, the home of impure, where foxes wander, searching for a cure.
We also have the biggest update to date for Against the Storm, a survival city builder set in a world where constant rainfall and the blight threatens your town, with the Sentinels of the Forest update adding a new species in the fox. These creatures have a unique relationship with the rain, being able to utilize it, but at the same time having some drawbacks to balance things out, where this game continues to get better and better as we move towards the 1.0 release. One of the more interesting entries that was released on April Fool's Day, but is no joke, comes to us from the developer of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator and Swedish developer Landfall, where Landfall Archives is a meta game that allows you to check out early builds of their titles as well as prototypes, where this is free, so do check it out.
Bleeding at least, but we're out of bandages.
Perfect. No bandages, no wine, and we're eating rats for the month.
What was it again? Easy contract, easy money, right?
Soon these will be distant memories. We'll be rich.
We're under attack! We gotta go!
One of the most impressive games in recent memory, released out of early access, being an open-world RPG with party-based tactical combat, where you lead a band of mercenaries as they take on contracts in a medieval open world. It is easily one of the best RPGs right now, where the combat is a highlight, as is the world and different cities that you can explore, which makes War Tales a title of interest, and you can find more upcoming medieval games in this video.